Yo, what's going on, people? I'm back. It's Rosa the Living Legend. Today, we are reacting to Tim Westwood being charged with rape and sexual assault. This is upsetting, man. I can't even lie, man. I grew up watching Tim Westwood, Crib Session, BBC One Extra. But if he is guilty of this, then he's a wrong'un. And the man needs to bruck him up when we see him. I can't even lie. Yeah? But let's react to this.
The last few minutes, just let me remind you what prosecutors here in the UK have said. They have charged the former BBC Radio DJ Tim Westwood with 4 counts of rape, 9 counts of indecent assault, and 2 other counts of sexual assault. So those details coming in the last few minutes. Here in the studio with me is our senior UK correspondent, Seema Katecha. And Seema, just tell us a little more what the Crown prosecution have actually said in the last few minutes.
Yes, right. So, Matthew, as you say, Tim Westwood, 68-year-old, used to be a DJ on...
Tim Westwood is 68! Blood clot.
...on Extra for many, many years. He has now been charged with 9 counts of indecent assault, 2 counts of sexual assault, 4 counts of rape. Now, these relate to non-recent offences between 1983 and 2016 involving 7 women, so they're not recent, and he's going to appear at Westminster Magistrates Court on the 11th of November. We can tell you what the CPS say. They say that they've decided to prosecute Tim Westwood for a series of serious offences. Our prosecutors have established that there is sufficient evidence to bring the case to trial and that it is in the public interest to pursue criminal proceedings.
Yeah, that's it. He's done, fam. They're basically saying that my man is a creep. Yeah, he's a danger to society. They need to get him out of here.
Prosecution Service reminds everyone that criminal proceedings are active and that the defendant has the right to a fair trial. I can bring you a few more details from the Metropolitan Police about these allegations of these offences. He's been charged with the following. In 1983, a 17-year-old girl was indecently assaulted in the Fulham area of London. In 1986, a woman in...
1986? 1986? How many years ago was that? 1986? Yeah, I can't do the maths.
20s was sexually assaulted in the area of 83. A 17-year-old girl was indecently assaulted in the Fulham area of London. In 1986, a woman in her 20s was sexually assaulted in the Vauxhall area of London. Between 1995 and 1996, a female between the ages of 17 and 18 was raped in London. It is also alleged that the same woman was sexually assaulted in central London within the same time frame. Between 2000 and 2001, a female between the ages of 17 and 18 was raped and sexually assaulted in London. In 2010, a woman in her 20s was raped in London.
Yeah, this guy's a predator, fam. My man's just going for the young things. Like, what one? Tim. Flipping hell, fam.
In 2010, a woman in her 20s was sexually assaulted in Stroud. In 2016, a woman in her 20s was sexually assaulted in the Finchley area of London. And as I said, these charges relate to 7 different women.
A couple of questions. Remind people watching around the world a little more about who Tim Westwood was. How long did he work for the BBC? When did these allegations first emerge? And has there been any reaction from him or the BBC?
Yes, so he worked on One Extra for many, many years. One of the most famous DJs at that time. And some of our viewers and listeners may recall that in, let me just remind you of the date, 2022 in April, the BBC actually carried out an investigation where it heard from 18 different women making very serious allegations about Tim Westwood. That investigation was carried.
But this is the thing I don't get. How does it get to 18 women? Like, if there's that many people accusing you of certain things, you should be fired. Like, so how did it get to 18?
By reporter Chichi Azundu. That was back in 2022. So a very prominent DJ at that time. We've not heard anything from him as yet. We've not heard anything from the BBC either. But this story has just broken in the last 20 minutes or so.
Seema, I know you're going to keep an eye on it. Thanks for bringing us the latest. And if there is more, we'll obviously return to you. Let's return. Brother,
Like, I don't get it. How are you allowing this guy to work at the BBC for so long, having so much cases on him? It shouldn't be to the point where there's 18 girls coming forward and saying this guy has done something. From like the second, even the first, like there should be something happening. So I don't know how we got to 18, but true say, I'm not going to say too much because I'm only early in this flipping YouTube entertainment world, so I'm not going to say too much. But certain companies have many people that, you know, follow a certain pattern of behavior and get away with it. That's what I'm going to say, innit? But, Tim Westwood, if you are guilty, make sure that you're ready to go to jail because the man them are going to box you up. And if man them don't box you up, then we are soft. But if he was actually doing them things to the young black girls that he's been working around or whatever, it don't even matter about the skin color. But the fact that you came into our community and tried to take advantage, we got to block you up. This ain't even a threat. I'm just saying, innit? I'm just saying. But that's it for me today, man. Buckeye!